Strangest pitches to ever be made on Shark Tank. If you're an avid Shark Tank fan, you know that there have been some ridiculous products to have made their way onto the show over the years. Though today we have sorted through the weirdest of weird to bring you some of the strangest products that have ever made it on air. Before we get started, make sure to hit that like button so we know who the real Shark Tank fans are. Squirrel Boss. Most of us can agree that shocking an animal as a form of punishment can be quite cruel. While there is evidence to suggest that doing so can help train the animal in very specific circumstances, it can be widely agreed that shock treatment does far more harm than good and can lead to animals becoming aggressive. Though this entrepreneur apparently didn't get that memo, as he developed a product known as Squirrel Boss. While we can't say we have ever felt the need to shock an innocent squirrel, Michael DeSanti apparently has. His invention is a bird feeder that is built with a shocking surprise for unsuspecting squirrels that may try to rob you of your bird seed. This bird feeder is electrified and can be activated with a push of a button. Essentially, if you like to sit on your back porch and watch birds play and eat, you can install this bird feeder in your yard. Then, when a squirrel eventually comes up and has a taste of your bird seed, you can push a button and give him a jolt of electricity, likely scaring him away. Michael insists that the jolt of electricity is completely harmless, though he doesn't have any proof of this. Sharks and viewers both agreed that this product could easily be illegal in many areas of the country, as it could be interpreted as cruel towards animals, and rightfully so. Thankfully, every shark passed on the idea, though it seems as though the Squirrel Boss website is still active and these bird feeders are available for purchase right now. Track days. We can't help but wonder if the curators for Shark Tank knew how bad this idea was, but allowed it through the gates simply for entertainment. Two men, James Lavatola and Brian Pitt, appeared in a season 4 episode of the show, requesting $5 million in exchange for 34% of the products from their company, though they weren't offering a product at all. Instead, they were pitching a movie and requesting that the sharks invest in the film so it could be completed and sent to theaters nationwide, though there were a few big problems. The script for the film had not been completed and there were no cast members lined up to take part in the film. This was basically a concept idea for a film, though the two had no means of actually bringing the film to fruition. It didn't take long for the sharks to laugh off the idea of the film, sending the two guys packing, though Kevin made sure to let them know that this was a horrifically bad idea. We just wonder what must have been going through the minds of these two when they decided to pitch the film to the sharks. The sharks are not movie producers, they are investors, inventors, and entrepreneurs. The Skinny Mirror. Simply hearing the name of this product, the Skinny Mirror, you're likely thinking that this will be an add-on for a funhouse or some sort of children's attraction. Though you would be very wrong. Belinda James developed this mirror and pitched it to the sharks in season 8. The mirror was marketed towards women, with Belinda valuing her company at $1 million. Though we don't understand how she came to this evaluation. She was asking for $200,000 in exchange for 20% of her company, though as you can expect, this pitch went downhill very quickly. The sharks rightfully criticized the product for feeding into society's body image issues that plagued men and women, supplementing depression and eating disorders. In addition to this, Belinda admitted that she wasn't the inventor of the product. In fact, there are already several types of slimming mirrors on the market. However, she felt as though her mirror had appeal because it could help businesses sell more products by giving customers a false sense of clothing items' slimming abilities. The sharks were vehemently opposed to the mirror, with Kevin shouting, "The truth is you're lying to people. I'm out, but I also forbid any other shark from investing in this." Throx. This may single-handedly be the dumbest idea ever brought to Shark Tank. This series made it to air during season 1, with Edwin Heaven seeking $50,000 in exchange for 25% of his business, giving himself a $200,000 evaluation. His company developed socks, though you would assume that his socks had some sort of special feature that cannot be found in run-of-the-mill socks at your local supermarket. Well, you're partially right. Well, sort of. Edwin's socks were entirely ordinary, though they were sold in sets of 3 rather than a pair of 2. That's it. This man developed an idea for a company based on selling customers 3 socks instead of 2. That way, if they lose one, they have an extra. It's a pretty simple concept, but a hugely stupid one. The sharks were not interested in the slightest and politely turned Edwin down. Sticky note holder. We feel pretty bad about giving this woman a hard time because it seems as though she genuinely felt as though she had invented a useful product. It seems as though she put an honest amount of energy into designing this invention, if you can call it that. She appeared in season 1 and was asking the sharks for $100,000 in exchange for 20% of her company, leading to a $500,000 valuation, though her product was essentially useless. As the name states, her product did nothing more than hold your sticky notes, allowing you to attach the device to your laptop to keep up with all your post-it reminders. While post-it notes certainly still have a place in society, we can't help but wonder if anyone has ever wished to own a post-it note holder. The chances seem pretty slim. In addition to this, the sharks pointed out that most computers, phones, and tablets these days offer digital note apps, rendering traditional post-it notes useless and obsolete. Again, the poor woman seemed to have felt as though she stumbled upon a gold mine with her invention, but she is just having trouble keeping up with the times. Had she invented this product 50 years ago, she'd likely be a millionaire right now. Cougar Energy. We have to admit, the idea of having the energy of a cougar seems rather tempting. However, that wasn't the concept behind this drink. Ryan Custer developed Cougar Energy to be an energy drink targeted at middle-aged women who were looking to hook up with younger men. Ryan said that the drink was specifically developed to be appealing to middle-aged women, giving them the energy they need to pursue relationships with someone half their age. He was asking for $150,000 in exchange for 30% of his company, giving himself an evaluation of around $500,000. However, as you can expect, the sharks were not thrilled with this idea. The world doesn't need another brand of energy drinks. There are hundreds of energy drinks on the market, each that appeals to a different demographic. Though the idea behind Cougar Energy was quite insensitive towards middle-aged women and, to be honest, was quite offensive. We can't imagine who would buy these drinks and allow themselves to be seen drinking them in public. No phone. Cell phone addiction is a genuine problem in the world today. Many of us are likely addicted to our gadgets without ever knowing it. While this is an issue that will likely cause problems for society in the near future, this product certainly approached the situation the wrong way. No phone is a dummy cell phone that you can leave in your pocket and give your body the sensation of having a phone, though the device is completely useless. The dummy phone is a plastic mold of a normal smartphone meant to trick your body into thinking there's a phone in your pocket. The product allegedly makes it easier to kick phone addiction problems, but it's difficult to see how this works in the first place. Chris Sheldon was seeking $25,000 in exchange for 25% of his company after he had already received an investment of $18,000 from generous Kickstart backers. In the end, the sharks turned No Phone away and the man left empty-handed. Mark openly stated that the only thing he hates more than people staring at their phones is people filing stupid patents. Yikes. Wake and bacon. If this product had been pitched as a gag gift, there is a chance it would have succeeded in wowing the sharks. However, Maddie Celine pitched this product as a genuine way to help you wake up in the morning. This was essentially an alarm clock that, when triggered, would begin to cook fresh bacon to help you wake up and smell the bacon. The idea was pitched in season 2, with Maddie requesting $40,000 in exchange for a 20% stake in the company, though there are seemingly countless issues with this product. The first and most obvious is that the clock would force you to leave raw meat on your bedside table for hours upon hours each night, increasing your risk of food poisoning. You could also get sick if flies and other bugs manage to make their way into your food throughout the night. Though the problem doesn't end there, the system also poses a serious fire hazard. What happens if the machine malfunctions and happens to turn on while you're away from home? Better yet, what happens if you're feeling extra lazy and oversleep without remembering to turn the alarm off? While you're sleeping, the Wake and Bacon could be cooking up a healthy serving of bacon for hours, leading to huge fire concerns or potentially deadly inhalation of smoke. It's no surprise that the sharks each passed on this idea, with Kevin saying that he would like to add the product to his museum of real bad ideas that kill people. We can't blame him.